This afternoon, I would like to share a very important opening and then focus on reading the book. Reclaim the throne of your heart. Okay, I wish you happy here and I can learn something. Yeah. Okay, now let's share the opening first. Let me check it. I don't know how the sound today. I don't care. I am used to the best sound, so never mind. Whatever it is, never mind. Never mind. But I do need to open the door a little bigger. It will reduce the echo. Reduce the echo sound. Now it's better. Very good. So let's share this very important opening. Be honest, I do treat this as my own opportunity to practice English. That's necessary, no? If I can't run now, I need to learn how to walk step by step. So, okay, everyone, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Hello, this is Jen, Chinese people. You're so welcome. Best wishes. As I said, first, I like to share a very new opening. It's actually it's kind of a sharing from author Xuemo himself this morning. I just summarized them and want to share them for you. So now let's enjoy the sharing. Do you know there is a very old classic of our China? It's called Three Character Classic because this old classic. Hi, good afternoon. So glad to see you, Wonder Monk and Somi. Somi. Thanks for your red heart. You're so kind. Yeah, that's a cute cat. You know why I wear this cat? I won't tell you. You can guess, but so glad to see you here. I'd like to share something. Oh, your name is something about the zero. Okay, you know, my English is poor, so I can't, understand it sometimes. Don't worry. But I remember you because this core picture. How to say 头像？头像的英文。Everyone, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. I just start the live stream and you just came here. 社交软件中的头像 avatar 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 avatar. So picture, the profile picture, and the avatar is special. Okay, you know, this morning author Xuemo shared something new. I think is brilliant and worth to share it for you. So I summarized them. I want to repeat what author Xuemo said this morning. You know, the beginning of the sharing because we raise a very big dogs. How to say this? 藏獒的英文怎么说？ Yeah, very big dogs. But accidentally, the big dogs get out from the cave and bite the strangers. So this topic begins from this accident. Okay, you know, the big dog called Tibetan Mastiff. Tibetan Mastiff. Yeah, Tibetan Mastiff. Mastiff, you know, these are kind of very huge dog, even bigger than man, and very heavy. Yeah, Tibetan Mastiff is a very huge dog. Accidentally get out from a cave and bite the strangers. So it makes us thoughts, you know, sometimes, as the nature way, biting people, especially the strangers, is kind of a dog's duty. Their responsibility, yeah, they are supposed to barking or biting the strangers. However, we call it some kind of nature. But as we can cultivate them very well or train them very well, if we yelling or let him stop, maybe they will just frighten them and won't exactly bite them, so they won't they exactly hurt. There's thing makes us thought. There's some we call the very deep inherent tendencies of a human being. Um, yeah, let me make sure I use the right words. I checked this yeah, earlier. Yeah, inherent tendencies. Just like a dog have this nature or the tendencies biting the strangers. Sometimes we said something or did something we thought is very well, we thought is perfect. Actually, maybe it's kind of others a inherent tendency, just like a dog biting people. Or what we did or what we shared said maybe exactly hurt the other person or um, send some bad feelings to them. But we totally didn't notice this. So we call that kind part as the inherent tendencies. Yeah, tendencies. There is a very old saying in our country, and that saying comes from a very ancient classic. We call that classic as three character classic. I will try to read it in Chinese. We call it a three character classic. 三字经. For example, we recite this classic as this: 人之初，性本善，性相近，习相远. You can see each sentence has three letters, yeah, three words, and the whole classic all can all 这整个经典全都是由3个字组成的句子构成的，每一个句子只有3个字，翻译成英文。So this entire classic is composed of 3 character lines, with each line containing exactly 3 characters. So we call it 3 character classic. And what's the meaning of this 3 characters I shared? It means, okay, let me say, wait a minute. Okay, it means human nature is much the same at birth. Habits draw people far apart. Human nature is much the same at birth. Habits draw people far apart. Yeah, so we can understanding this sentence in that way. People as the normal person, we always to become better versions of ourselves. Our inherent nature, our moral character, or the original pure emptiness intrinsic to us, all are remarkably alike. Yeah, are remarkably alike. But what makes us totally different, or some people we call they are successful successful people, some are loser, yeah, and some we see them CJs, some with these maybe uh, a non person maybe. Why? Because the habits, or we can call it the very ingrained tendencies, lead us to the totally different direction. Um, vast disparities emerge as we grow as a mature, stemming from our acquired dispositions, our habits, and ingrained karmic, yeah, tendencies, yeah, our ingrained karmic tendencies. In many cases, it is precisely these habits or ingrained tendencies that determine whether a person will succeed in life. So, um, that comes to the main point. The ingrained tendency. That's most of people never recognize them, but actually those the ingrained tendencies, or we call it ingrained karmic tendencies, exactly lead us to a different direction. Yeah, that's right. 是的 means right. Yeah, it is. That's right. 是的. Very good. You can understand several Chinese words. Okay, now let's continue. Mm, just as the simple example I mentioned, very huge dogs biting people. For the dog themselves, we call it the nature, or we call it the ingrained tendencies. They are supposed to barking or biting when they met the dangerous things. However, what they did exactly hurts the others, and that's the real thing. You know, if they can be trained or can cultivate very trained or trained or cultivate very well, they won't exactly biting the strangers because they didn't do something that can hurt the dogs. So it makes us think, you know, if we never recognize our very ingrained tendencies, what we did maybe just exactly can hurt others. So that means we need to learn something. This not only knowledge, it's kind of high level of self awareness and reflection. So if we have this high level awareness, or we can say high level alertness, maybe we can act in ways that can benefit others. And in fact, us, the normal person, may always act in ways we think are perfectly fine, yet just like a dog biting people, our actions can hurt others, you know, and the opinions and practices we believe to be right maybe can likewise cause harm to those around us. Without this higher perspective to guide us, such incorrect tendencies are very noticeable, yeah, are barely noticeable, less alone transformed. So the result is just hurt others, and but we still think we are right. But the harm or the bad things we exactly yeah did for the people around us. Okay, and I can use another simple example and let us know the important and the bad effect of our ingrained tendencies. You know, since Dr. Xuemo, he will travel around and met so many foreigners. They want to connect with him, keep in touch with him. So, author himself used the WhatsApp, but since he traveled around, the idea of the WhatsApp always changed. So recently, the WhatsApp account can't use. It's like frozen. Okay. Okay. I will read it by help from the AI. All the Xuemo use the WhatsApp for overseas exchanges. Yet his account was suddenly suspended. Yeah, that's right. That's worse. Exactly the word suspended, not the frozen. I just said frozen. Sorry. Was suddenly suspended for a period of time. Yeah, suspended. After the suspension, teacher Xuemo assigned two students to solve this issue. One of the students simply replied that she had emailed the official support but never received a response. Then dropped the matter entirely without any further follow-up. But the other student, however, persisted relentlessly to figure out why the account had been blocked and communicated politely with the platform staff. So he even speculated two potential causes for the suspension. First, Ocean travels around the globe to attend key forums and deliver important speeches, meaning his locations keep changing constantly. Second, he added a large number of new readers and contact within a short time frame. Yeah, so the other student provided thorough explanations to clear up and misunderstanding the platform officers might have had. And she submitted event invitations to probe the frequent location shifts stemmed from international conferences, as well as personal ID identification documents such as passports and ID cards. Through these materials, she sincerely explained who is Xuemo, what work Xuemo do, and why those Eurologian patterns occurred. After this heartfelt communication, the staff understood the situation and reinstated the account. So, there are two students solve the same problem, but they totally have a different result. Mm, I mean, this is just a small incident, yet it reveals the distinct ingranted tendencies, or we can call it different habits. Um, Such differences in this position explain why some people grow more capable, successful, and refined, able to discover a better version of themselves. Others, however, are controlled by their unexamined tendencies. Yeah, the ingranted tendencies. They make excuses and may even hurt others through their actions. So, oh my God, wow, that's so bad. I'm can't accept the truth. Why the line would do this for me? That's awful. That's totally very awful. Oh my God, I'm sorry. What can I do? Hi, Constance. Sorry that Elisa just tell me this afternoon. No, the sharing is totally means nothing because he can't even hear a single word what I said. Sorry about this. So it's kind of a single play. It's only enjoying and saying, but no audience, no one can understand what I'm talking about. Wow, that's amazing. That's totally ridiculous. What else can I do? What that's the most important thing. There's nothing I can do except continue speaking like this. Oh my God, why? Why these things happen to us? The girl, Elisa, recently, are you listening the live stream that Lois shared? How's his sound? Still very stable. Only us, the girls, the women, the female, have the cracking problem. That's totally a mystery. Yeah, mystery. I don't know why, but I do want to conclusion. What I shared about is tells us that whether in daily work, studies, or self-improvement through reading, gaining access to a higher state of awareness and a higher perspective of self-reflection can sharpen our vigilance. It allows us to recognize our own deep-seated tendencies and gradually transform them. Only in this way can we evolve into a better self. Yeah, I like the sharing and I like the translation of the AI. I think they are totally very great, wonderful. However, you can't understand what I'm talking about. That's a joke. That's kind of a single play all by myself. Yeah, no one can hear what I said. That's awful. Totally awful. 将这个段落中的稍难一点的单词之上的你认为我可能不认识的单词都摘出来，然后音标和释义。Wow, you left so many messages. That's great. I would like to read it, learn something from your messages. You're so kind. You're so kind. Kind heart. Hot heart. Okay, let me see what you left here. I will. Oh no, you. Why not left the English? I want to learn from the English. Actually, these things we already did, and we even changed them basic basic things of the system, but nothing helpful. We often we even ask them workers of the company come here, yes, several times to check the machine, the iPhone, and the legal line. All of those they checked, but the problem is still there. Why? Because not only us, so many Chinese users which use the legal line to share this live stream for the foreigners have the same problem. At first, everything is very well, went very well, and not only the video and the sounds, all the things are very wonderful. However, after several months, all of us, not all of us, so many of us have this cracking problem. The sounds of echo and cracking talking. The company they haven't figured out what's wrong, but I think they are kind of limited of the technology, or they should uh, solve the problem together. Actually, so many individuals, the personal, the individuals, they use the VPN to connect foreigners to say the foreign platforms, but here we can't use this because it's against the law. So we use the legal line. That's the official company who can support this legal line. And now in our country, there's only two companies which can support these legal lines, and this company can't support very stable network. Since we are in that very remote, far away village, actually, the place is so remote. It's village, and the environment here, is all about like Gobi Desert. It's a very poor village, and it's so far away from the big cities. So maybe the basic foundations is not very wonderful enough. So um, you know why? Because the difference between man and woman, the way we speak, like a girl is so high, and then boys they use very low voice, and not if we try to speak like this, I can't, because um, um, 男人和女人的声调和音频，就是那个声音的频率振频是不一样的。可能女生的声音更尖锐，它会刺激到那种阀值，让声音变得震动，让那个振幅变大。而男生的声音是低的，他没有触及到那个阀值，所以他的声音就在那个低域中在波动，所以可能就不会产生这样的噪音。I think maybe that's the reason. Men and women differ in vocal pitch and audio frequency. The vibration frequency of their voices. Female voices tend to be shriller, which can hit the threshold or amplify vibration, increasing sound amplitude. Male voices, by contrast, are lower pitched and fail to reach that threshold. Their sound waves oscillate within a lower frequency range, so they are less likely to create such harsh noises. So that's why there's three female, and all of the three females have the cracking problem, but only the boys, the boy with the glasses, all few have these problems. Yeah, if there's the cracking problem happened during his lifetime, maybe it's just because the network is totally very, very bad, very, very unstable. Then it will suddenly happen to the boys or the males. We use the same phone, and nothing changed. We use the totally same phone. Yeah, all of us use the same phone, and in the same phone with the same network, but totally different. Yeah, between female and male. That's weird. So that's the only reason we can explain it. Oh my god, this afternoon I can explain this hard questions all by my own words. I'm great. Oh my god. What I said, can you understand? Can you know what I said? Did I explain this problem exactly, clearly, or I just happy all by myself? how to say? Let me say inherent, intrinsic 本质 remarkably 显著非常 remarkably 差异 disparities 养成的后天习得的 acquired disposition 性情习性 disposition ingrained 根深蒂固的积习难改 ingrained karmic 业力 tendencies preciously 正是恰恰精确 preciously 声调音高 yeah vocal pitch frequency 频率 frequency vibrational 震动的 shriller 尖锐的 shrill 尖锐的 threshold amplify 放大 vibration amplitude 振幅 oscillate 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 harsh 刺耳的嘈杂 harsh you're welcome but I wonder whether you can hear me or not. This is Gen Chinese people. I'm sharing wonderful openings that shared by Xuemo himself this morning. And the wonderful reader that left messages remind me that this afternoon the sound is so bad, so they can't follow me. Yeah, they totally don't understand what I'm talking about. So, sorry about this, but I will keep learning and sharing. That's one way for me to explore, express or improve, practice my English. 把上面这一段英文中稍微难一点的单词，以及所有你认为我可能不认识的单词稍微难一点点4级以上的都把它标注出来，它的音标和释义。Let's share this very important opening. Let me see it in that way. Almost about 80 or 800 or 700 years ago, there is a very classic, a wonderful classic, finished during the Song dynasty in our old history. And this very special classic called Three Character Classic. This classic finished 80 years ago. 800 years ago. And the typical of the feature of the classic is that it's all contain possess, how to say, content, combined by three words. Each sentence have three words. Netherlands, you're so welcome. Like done, D-O-N, like done. What's the meaning like done? Can you explain it? I want to know the meaning, what you left here. But I'm so glad to see you here. This is Jen. Yeah, my name is Jen. I never met you before. We met you, but I have a bad memory. I can't remember. Very welcome. Very welcome. Nerdar. I mean, so many friends here use very difficult names and long names. I can't remember it. It's not my fault, to be honest. Um, I will continue introducing the very special classic. It's all combined by the three words. Yeah, I will read it in our Chinese word. Okay, we call it three character classic. Translate into Chinese, 三字经。人之初，性本善，性相近，习相远。Did you recognize that each sentence has three words, and we call it three character classic? You know, it contains very profound wisdom. What I share, what I read, means that human nature is much the same at birth. Human nature is much the same at birth. Habits draw people far apart. Habits draw people far apart. So that's the meaning of the beginning of the three character classic. Why I would like to share this, because there is an accident. You know, we raise a very huge dog, and the name of that kind of huge dog is Tibetan. How to say it? Let me check it again. How to say this? Yeah, Tibetan Mastiff. Yeah, Tibetan Mastiff. You know, a very huge dog. Yesterday, the dog escaped from a cave and bite strangers. It's horrible. What else can we do? Can we say no? Biting is the nature of dogs. If they met strangers, maybe as that kind of nature is their ingrained tendencies, they will bite strangers and hurt others. What can we stop these kind of bad things happen? With wonderful, excellent training and cultivate, practice them. And only in that way, maybe they will follow the host's words and won't bite the others. That in some way that's a little resemble to human being. We have very deep ingrained tendencies, but we don't know them, and we even think we did good things that can benefit others. However, we just hurt them or left the harm for them, for people around us. That's the bad affection of the daily. Wow, that's so nice words. Hi, Yasen. I noticed you. You're so welcome. Yeah, Louis. The sounds of Louis always very clear, but us, the three other girl, the sounds here is always cracking. I figure out the reason. I will let you know. Uh, I have to say that we use the same iPhone, the one iPhone, and we use the same role, we use the same network, we even use the same light. Everything is totally the same, but the result is different. Louis sounds is very stable, but the other girls here is always cracking. You know why? I just checked and I found the reason. Let me tell you, but I have to read it through the AI. I can't use my own words to explain the reason. So wait a minute. Let me tell you. Okay. Men and women differ in vocal pitch and audio frequency, the vibrational frequency of their voices. Female voices tend to be shriller. We can hit the threshold and amplify vibration, increasing sound amplitude. Male voices, by contrast, are lower pitched and fail to reach that threshold. Their sound waves oscillate within a lower frequency range, so they are less likely to create such harsh noise. This afternoon, the sound of Joanna is very good. Actually, we use the same phone, or we have the special phone, yeah, it's iPhone, and use this phone to share the live stream. All of us use the same phone, not only our own phone. So, the situations here are all the same, but sometimes Joanna and Wednesday sounds cracking too. But a few times, there's a Louis will keep the very stable sounds. You know why? You know why? It's hard to say. First, the original reason is the lack of the network, poor network. That's the first reason. Sometimes it's stable, sometimes it's not stable. Um, but let's conclusion 8. The men have a few times the cracking problem, but the women always have this cracking problem because they differ in voice pitch, in vocal pitch and audio frequency. The difference between men and women. That's the only reason. I know you want to stay with me, have a chat, share something, or maybe want to listen what I share here because I do share very important thing. Is your voice real? I mean, you have high estrogen. That's the new words. I like the new words. I mean, not only me. It's um, you should notice this. Wendy and Joanna, they have the same problem too. That's the basic difference between men and women. The vocal pitch. Yeah, the vocal pitch and the audio frequency. My God, you're amazing. You can learn from this. You even have this conclusion. I will be a good mother with lots of kids. Oh my gosh. No, why not? I have one wonderful kids and listener. Oh, Wendy's voice is lower than mine. 谁上功能？谁上功能 X words. What's the meaning of 谁上功能 I try to read it, but I don't know what's the meaning of this totally. Oh my god, so that means when they share with the live stream, the sound is very good. Is no the cracking problem. China #1. Wow. You're so cute. Serpico, you're so wonderful. Serpico. A fun boy. Anyway, you're so welcome. I forget to say hi for when you came in. Just feel so sorry that I'm full of patience and want to share something. Yeah, little chat, but I just like a puppy. Open the mouth very quickly, but few words you can hear from me. That's kind of a silly. I treat it as a fun thing. It's kind of a single role play. Never mind, I enjoy this. I just enjoy reading, speaking English. Maybe I can treat it as a special opportunity for me to speak to myself. Yeah, all by myself. And